Hello, everyone. Welcome to ELI, the place where you get your daily dose of inspiration for entrepreneurship. And today we have with us Mr. Srinivasan Gopalan, who is the chairman and one of the founders of ArisUnitern, a real estate advisor and consulting group. Hi, Mr. Srinivasan. Welcome to ELI.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
To start, could you please give our listeners a brief introduction of yourself, your background in real estate industry, and the consulting services your business provides?
So my name is Srinivasan Gopalan, born brought up in Bombay. I did. I'm a chartered accountant and a cost accountant, and I worked in various industries before I started on my own. I worked in the agrochemical industry. I'm a Deloitte product. After that,
Mhm.
I worked in a agrochemical industry. Then I joined a bandwagon of the .com. Then I was in a startup. From there, I came into real estate in 2007, 2008, when the entire industry was melting after the Lehman crisis. So, since 2008 till 2023, which is today, I've been into this real estate industry. I worked as a chief operating officer in the Vadwa Group in Mumbai. And then I came to Bangalore and worked with a Bangalore-based company as a chief executive officer. And I
Mhm.
started this venture in 2020 called Uniturn,
Mhm.
and basically to help real estate companies. So I want to be called as a delight to the real estate developers because we understand the real estate problems very minutely. And we think we have solutions to most of the problems that a real estate company goes through. That's how we started Uniturn in 2020.
Mhm.
Then in 2022 August, we operationally merged with a company called Aris Infra, and that's how this company is called ArisUnitern, and we are operating under that brand.
Got you. Uh, Take us to the early days of your entrepreneurship and tell us how did you get into the real estate industry? As in, what is your lineage and what is your interest in this industry, and what were some sort of events that led to your entry?
Entry into the real estate
Yeah.
industry itself. So this is way back in 2008, right? I was running a startup at that point in time called Roto Technologies,
Mhm.
and I was a CEO there. And then we sold that company, and obviously I had nothing to do after that. So I approached this company called the Vadwa Group. And
Mhm.
real estate is always a very, very attractive industry from an exposure perspective. It's a very interesting industry. All of us have some kind of an investment into real estate.
Yeah.
So that attracted me. I knew nothing of real estate. The company really groomed me there. And once you're into real estate, it's like intoxication. So from 2008, I haven't seen any other industry other than real estate. So that's how I got attracted. I learned a lot about real estate industry, and real estate is more of coordination work. I mean, there are so many moving parts, and
Mhm.
I think personally, I thrive in chaotic situation.
Mhm.
So that's how real estate really, really attracted me. So till 2020, I was an employee, and then I started my entrepreneurship, which I thought I was 10 years. I should have done something 10, 15 years earlier
Mhm.
than what I did.
Okay. Speaking of entrepreneurship, why did you become an entrepreneur, and why did you discontinue being an employee? What led to that initiative?
Yeah. So as an employee, though I had a lot of independence in the company that I worked, ultimately the final call is taken by the founder and the entrepreneur, right? And operationally, there was significant amount of freedom, but operationally, whatever you do, the direction is set at the top.
Hmm.
What at a larger picture, what needs to be done is set at the top.
Yep.
So I wanted to be at that level, and that's why I started my company, saying that now the veto power will remain with me and not with someone else. So that brought me, and I had learned a lot in real estate, and I thought I can do more as an entrepreneur than as an employee. because as an employee, you're restricted to one company. You already know the problems of that company, and you're firefighting on a daily basis. So rather than that, I wanted to solve more problems, solve the problems of the industry, get more insight into that industry, and that is why I started on my own in 2020. And the journey has been so good, and the journey has been so challenging that now I feel that I should have started this probably in 2000, when I
Yeah.
would have been 23 years younger.
Mm.
And so I think that led me into, so the veto power and the responsibility, that only the buck stops here. Only you are responsible for whatever is being done.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what I was aspiring. And then obviously an employee, whatever level that you may be, you don't get that power.
Got you. Tell us a little bit about ArisUnitern, as in what services it provides. How do we gather the investments that we make in real estate, and what type of real estate we invest in?
So ArisUnitern is a B2B company. So our clients are typically developers, financial institutions, and landowners. Now, we do everything for a developer other than two things. One is land acquisition and approvals. Other than this, right from financing, design, contracting, supplying materials, sales, customer relationship. So we are kind of an insourcing agency, and we do all this in the name of the developer. So we don't make him lose his identity. So
Mm-hmm.
we are like that entire people. We call ourselves as money, material, and management. So we provide funds to the developer to complete a project, or to ensure that he develops something in a timely manner. We
Mm-hmm.
ensure that we provide with the right material, and we provide him with the talent. See, for example, a developer may not be able to afford a CEO,
Mm-hmm.
or a chief operating officer, or a CFO, or a chief marketing officer. That is what we bring on table. Our We have more than 200 plus years of experience only in real estate, and
Mm-hmm.
that is what we bring on table. Overall, our company has 150 people,
Mm-hmm.
right? A, a, a mid-sized real estate company cannot afford this kind of talent, and that is what we bring in through this. So we bring in money wherever he needs money, because money is the biggest raw material for a developer.
Mm-hmm.
Material is the real raw material for the projects, and people are the ones to implement. So that's exactly what ArisUnitern does. Our aim is to complete projects on time, and that is the biggest challenge for a developer or a landowner. And the biggest thing is they don't lose their identity. It is all done in their name.
Mm-hmm.
So we all become like de facto employees to him.
Got you. Since you have been working in the Indian real estate sector for a long time, would like to understand what are the recent trends, major trends that you are seeing in Indian real estate market today, and how do you anticipate these trends will shape the industry in coming years?
So one is the biggest thing that is happening in this industry is everything is getting corporatized. Everything is getting professionalized.
Mhm.
After the demonetization, GST coming in, and after RERA coming in, there is a lot of method to this madness.
Mhm.
So going forward, there is already a lot of consolidation that is happening. Today, if you see, all the big brands are selling. Today, if you see, a lot of corporates like the Mahindras, Godrej's, they have all entered into real estate, which 10 years back they would not have thought of, because
Mhm.
there is a lot of cleanliness that is happening in this industry. There is a lot of regulations which are coming. More and more things are getting predictable, right? You know that if there is a project which is starting, there is a definite end date, which was not there earlier before RERA came in.
Mhm.
So a lot of regulations are happening, a lot of consolidation is happening, and this is going to continue. The big brands who can complete projects on time and give a good product, are the people who are going to survive in this industry. And this, I have seen this happening in the pharma industry, I have seen this happening in the agrochemical industry, and we are set to get there. 5 years down the line, or maybe 5 to 7 years down the line, real estate industry is going to be like any other corporate.
Got you. And you spoke about the regulations. Can you describe us what are the different regulations in place in the industry, and what are the
So,
mandates?
so first is, so there are already regulations on title, on conveyancing, etc. So these regulations are all very well developed rules running over hundreds of years.
Mhm.
What was not there is a regulator to regulate the time frame for a project,
Mhm.
to ensure that the customer gets what he has been promised, uh, ensuring that the advertisements are not misleading. So that is what has come under RERA, that is Real Estate Regulatory Agency. So that is a state subject. So every state has its own RERA. There were a lot of Benami transactions that were happening. So the Benami law has come into effect. So
Mhm.
that has also brought in a lot of things that we know who is the landowner, we know who is the ultimate beneficiary. These were basic things that were lacking in the industry, which is currently there. With the advent of GST coming, a lot of cash out of the system has gone because materials cannot be purchased under cash. Because those all these things put together, suddenly there is a lot of cleanliness, and also a lot of corporates coming into real estate also has added significant what do you call comfort to the customer, that this is getting cleaner and cleaner by the day. And company like ours, we are completely professionally run
Mhm.
organization. And when we run projects on behalf of developers, it's all going to be professionally run.
Yeah.
So there will be a time when developers will start ensuring that professional teams implement the projects. And that is what is happening worldwide. And we are not very far. We are 5, 7 years from
Would love to hear some of the success stories that your consulting business has produced, where you helped a client achieve exceptional results in their real estate investments.
So our first assignment was a company where the project had become a non-performing asset in one of the institutions, and the product was 80% ready.
Mhm.
So they didn't have the money to complete. They had already sold stock. So that was the problem that they faced. So we infused around 30 crores into the business to complete the project first. And this project was going on for 10 years. So obviously did not have positive reviews in the market. So first thing is we completed the project
Mhm.
by putting in this 30, 40 crores that was needed. Then we went into the market saying that now you run no risk,
Mhm.
that the product is ready, you come and take the key today. Then we put up completely good branding and marketing uh, package in place. There were close to 300 crores of stock. We sold around 250 crores in 1 year. We repaid the loan to LIC. Today, that company has taken three more projects from the market. So we have clearly turned around not only the project, the customers who were suffering have got the units. The
Mhm.
institution that was suffering has got the units. The company which had lost its brand and others, or diluted its brand, is back with a bang. So this is one where we represented a developer. There is one more project where one of the largest international funds based out of Bahrain, they had put money into a project, and that project went into liquidation. So
Mhm.
they appointed us because they are institutions. They don't know how to run a project. So this is a project in Chennai, around 2.5 lakh square feet. They just had the land. So we have taken over that project. We have got the approvals. We are launching it on 24th of this month. Construction is going on full swing. We have put in around 15 crores for construction. We are doing the sales. We have done the design. And in 18 months' time, the institution will get back its money, and the developer who had gone defunct and his obligations towards the liability would be fulfilled. So these are two clear examples that we have. We are currently running around 10 projects,
Gotcha.
which are at different stages of problems.
Mhm. Tell us about the different challenges that you have faced, in the 3 years of running ArisUnitern. Can you tell us what are some of the significant challenges that you have faced, and how did you overcome them?
So as an entrepreneur, you're saying, or see, the project challenges are project challenges. I mean, every day you have 100 challenges. So obviously, as an entrepreneur, you need to get the right talent. I think that is the most important and difficult task today. Getting the right people, getting the like-minded people. See, when you are in a startup, you need to give your 24 hours. I mean, all you have is 24 hours. You need to be completely focused in solving a customer problem, right? So, getting talent is one. Number two is obviously managing the day to day cash flows, ensuring that the employees are always happy with you, right? Uh, so, those are the two challenges, and that will always continue when the scale goes up, and these are the challenges of an entrepreneur, and you have to take it. I mean, you have to take it with a smile.
Yeah. Speaking of talent, how do you go about recruiting talent in the industry you operate in, and what are some of the key skill sets that you look for in a candidate?
So, one is being in this industry for more than 15, 18 years. You know a lot of talent which is existing,
Mm.
right? So that the first way is I like to work with people with whom I have already worked in the past, because that gives a lot of comfort. You know the thought process. If they have worked with me in the past, they know the kind of involvement that I will have towards my client. So that is one way. The other way is we go through these consultants who get us talent. What do I look at? So in a person, apart from the integrity, and those are given,
Mhm.
right? Is passion. He may not be from the real estate industry, does not really matter. You have to be passionate about what you are doing,
Mhm.
and you have to take risks. You have to take decisions. I mean, these three are very important in anyone who's working with in ArisUnitern. Each one of them is an entrepreneur by himself, right? Because he is facing the situation on the ground daily. So he cannot keep coming back and saying, "मैं इसका क्या करूं, मैं इसका क्या करूं." You have to take that decision. If you're wrong, I'm there to support you. Don't worry. But take that decision, go ahead and take that call, implement that call, be with the client in his worst of days to ensure that you deliver. That kind of passion is required. Without that, honestly, services business cannot survive.
Mm. Curious to know what is the recent and upcoming technology play in real estate. I'm here.
Oops.
There are 3D printers which are printing the entire houses, and there is augmented reality that that helps the architects to design the houses in a better way. So, what are the current and upcoming technologies that you are seeing and using?
So I think moving forward, there is going to be only technology that is going to help us in taking the right decisions. It definitely cannot replace the talent that we are looking at. So today, you look at a sales tool. There are a lot of prop tech companies which have come through artificial intelligence, identifying the right target for you. What happens in that is obviously your cost of marketing comes down drastically, right? You know the pattern of the. So we are ourselves creating a proprietary tool on identifying the target segments for particular products, particular range, age, etc., etc. Apart from that, we already are working on a technology platform to solve procurement problems,
Mm.
right? For example, if today, when you want to buy a material, everything happens through the phone. You call someone, he will give you four quotes: L1, L2, L3, L4. and then it becomes mundane.
Mhm.
Our job through our technologies, we identify new vendors, we rate new vendors, we accumulate. So since we buy for significant amount of developers, you get it cheaper. So technology on procurement is the next big thing which is happening. And of course, there is BIM for construction management, design management, and other things that will continue. 3D printing, these are all part of life. Anything that helps you deliver products faster
Mhm.
in a good quality, this industry is now ready to adopt technology in every area.
So the other aspect of real estate market is the volatility. I think real estate is quite volatile, especially in times of recession, like it happened in 2008. And I mean, during COVID also, a reverse migration happened. People moved back to hometowns, away from cities. Uh, and then there is upcoming recession as well. So I wanted to understand how do you approach risk management and portfolio diversification to protect the investments?
No, so we are not into that line, but real estate as such is prone to risk. However, I think with the Modi government, I think they are doing a brilliant job. Uh, right from economically weaker section to uh, the luxury products, everything is doing well. After COVID, everything is doing well. There are regulations in place. Profits of developers will reduce. However, it will become like an industry over the next 3 to 5 years. The risk mitigation is you should buy house not as an pure investment alone, right? Where you want to live, there is no risk in that because you're buying the house to live in. And you have to look at a long term horizon as an investor. You have to look at a 5 to 7 year horizon. You will never lose money in real estate. If you are looking at 1 and 1.5, 2 years, obviously, like equity shares,
Mhm.
anywhere you can, anywhere that you want quick money is never going to happen.
That's true.
There will be two people who will make money. There will be 2,000 people who will lose money. So
Mhm.
look at 5 year, 7 year horizon, and in real estate especially because that is the only asset class which you can touch, feel apart from gold.
Mm.
So there is land, there is a building, there is a house.
Mhm.
So you will never lose money in real estate provided you have patience. You may make some wrong decisions, but eventually you will at least get back your capital.
Yeah. What advice would you give to someone who is looking to start a new venture in real estate? Like, what are some of the biggest unsolved problems out there in real estate that people, especially India, can get into?
So one is real estate poses problems every day. So there are unsolved problems in millions. The only thing that I will tell new entrepreneurs is if you want to become an entrepreneur, don't become an entrepreneur like me at 47,
Mhm.
right? You become an entrepreneur at 27. Come young, the energy that you will have is at a different level. You will grasp things very quickly. Have a co-founder who is a little aged so that he can bring in that experience that you need in real estate. But start early. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you are born entrepreneur. I mean, I don't think you should convert yourself into an entrepreneur, which is a mistake that I have done.
Mm. Okay. My final question, as an entrepreneur, you tend to do some mistakes and you go through some failures as well. And when that
Every day.
happens, you learn lessons. So what are some of the biggest lessons that you have learned during your whole entrepreneur journey and your real estate journey that we and other listeners can take away and probably apply to their ventures?
So I'll tell you, I don't call anything a failure. I am a follower of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna. I listen to Bhagavatam. All all I can tell anyone is you have to be disciplined in whatever that you need to have a routine. You need to have a routine in your personal life. Why? Because that will get translated into a very structured thought process in professional life as well. Very, very important. Nothing is a failure. I don't think anything is a failure. Everything is a lesson to be learned. And every so called failure or every new lesson learned is only going to take you to the next level.
Mm.
So I want to reframe your question that there is nothing called failure in entrepreneurship. You may not have money, but there are ways to get your money. So long as you keep your head over the shoulder and be truthful to your client, be truthful to your investors, I think you have to keep going. You have to keep going. You are riding a tiger. You don't want to get down,
Mm.
and it will make you as ferocious as the tiger. And that is the power of entrepreneurship. I think the youngsters should pick this up and we generate employment for others. Today, with God's grace, there are 150 people working with. I call them partners. They are not working with me. Each one of them, I want them to be an entrepreneur at some point.
Wow. Well, on this note, we will end the session. Thanks for your time, Mr. Srinivasan, and it was an absolute pleasure to have you on our platform.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.